Hey, so today I'm going to show you how to build websites and apps using AI. But before I show you how, let me tell you why this matters. A few years ago, if you had an idea, a real one that could change something, your next step was always the same. Find a developer, wait 6 weeks, spend 40k and hope they get it and cross your fingers. Most people never even started because the system wasn't built for them. It was built for developers and for gatekeepers. But now the system is crumbling because of tools like Bolt.new. People like us, creators, founders, service providers and marketers, we're done waiting. We don't want to learn to code. We want to bring our ideas to life today, not 12 meetings from now. Bolt is for people who say, I know what I want, I just need tools to build it. With Bolt, you can literally describe what you want and it builds it. The layout, the buttons, the logic, even the backend. Not basic templates, real apps and real websites. No technical team, just your vision made real by AI. You could waste another month googling how to build a SaaS app, or you can open Bolt and start building it in 10 minutes. Because the real opportunity isn't just building faster, it's owning your ideas again. So let me show you. In this video I'm going to walk you through exactly how to go from blank page to full working website in Bolt.new. Because if you've been sitting on that idea, this might be the moment it finally takes off. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive in. So firstly you want to go to Bolt's website. So it's www.bolt.new and then you go to the website. Then you're gonna see something similar to this. Now if this is your first time landing on Bolt.new, you most probably don't have an account, obviously. So go on top here, click on sign in and then just create an account for you. There's 3 ways to create an account. You can sign in with Google, sign in with GitHub and sign in using a normal email or password. But from experience, I've had lots of issues with Google as it just doesn't want to create on my side. I'm not sure why. And with the normal sign in with email and password, they normally send you like a confirmation link on email, but I never received the link. So I'm not sure what is going on. Maybe it's just me, but my suggestion would be just to skip it totally and just sign in or create an account with GitHub. It's much easier and more straightforward. So once you do that, you're going to land on the exact same page. The only difference is going to be that you're signed in and you're going to see this here on the left hand side. So let's quickly just run through the different pricing modules. So with a free account, you normally get 1 million tokens that you can use with your free account basically. And then you also get the Pro 50, the Pro 100 and the Pro 200. Depending on what you're gonna do, that's obviously gonna change the subscription that you might choose at the end. But for normal hobbyists and stuff, like they said, yeah, the Pro plan would be sufficient, but you're most probably gonna easily run out of the 10 million tokens once you actually start and see how Bolt works. But for now you can just use the trial, but this is definitely something to look into because I believe Bolt can really change so much for you time wise. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so now we're ready to start building with Bolt. So I just already used something to spare you guys some time. So here is where you put in your prompt of what type of website you would like, how would you like to do it, what's the type of colors, what's the type of animations. This is where you put everything here, but it's better to put it into different type of levels and not everything directly, as it might get lost between the noise and just give you something you don't want. So it's easy. So it's best to take this step by step, prompt by prompt. But for example, this is the first part of how I would. For example, this is the first part of how I did it. So create a sleek, modern and minimalistic landing page for Scaleflow.ai, an AI automation business specializing in AI chat agents, lead generation and CRM integrations. Use a dark theme with futuristic glowing accents, gradients, smooth animations and a technology-driven aesthetic. The page should include a compelling hero section, feature highlights and a strong book a call to action leading to a form. Create an aesthetic similar to XAI visually attached in the screenshot. So what you can do is, so every There's a lot of websites out there, obviously, but there might be one that you specifically really like a lot. You can actually just go to it. I personally like XAI's website a lot. I just like the animations and everything coming through the site. So I'm going to use this as an example. So I'm going to screenshot this as an example and put that inside of my inside of bolt.new as an example. Create aesthetic similar to XAI, visually attached in the screenshot, and then you click send. And now you just wait for the website to start creating and the animations. Okay, so now it's thinking through the whole process, and there the coding starts. This is actually pretty amazing if you just think about it. I mean, just to see this, and where all of this would have been a manual effort. Some people still prefer the manual effort, like software developers, and that is completely fine. But if those software developers actually utilize AI with the skills and knowledge that they've got, they're gonna be unstoppable. But some people just don't want to take that next step and are still pretty comfortable where they are and don't trust AI. But I mean, just look at this. Who wouldn't trust this, you know? I mean, everything around business is speed, and this is exactly what this is speed. Okay, so it actually just created the Euro section, some features, busy with some features for it, all of that stuff. So we're still just waiting for it to finish. Okay, so the coding just finished its run, and it just completed, and it just gave us a preview. Now this is pretty cool as a start. As you can see, you have your book your free consultation parts, all of this information, some blocks with important solutions in. So this is still already pretty powerful for just something that was made in 2 minutes, but it's not perfect yet. So we can obviously still do a lot surrounding the actual visual, as well as some copy. If you think of it from a marketing side, something more offer specific, that we can still really tone down into to make this better. But just something I can actually, but for example, now what you can do is you can just continue chatting with Bolt on what you might want to change. For example, I want the background to rather be black with subtle yellow gradient shining through from the side. Let's see what it's going to give us. Okay, so you see it just made it a different color for us now with the yellow. This is obviously not working yet completely. We can add our own logo, we can change the colors. I don't really like this stuff in the background, this abstract stuff going on, but you can prompt that to remove it, or you can also use examples of some stuff that you want to input into your website rather than just letting AI handle everything. Because like, you know, if you're specific in what you actually want and need, you're going to get that exact results back. But if you let AI decide for you, it's gonna not be the best of examples. For example, like this one, it's not bad for something that's been cooked in 2 to 3 minutes, but it's not perfect. But you can just play around with it and make sure that it's up to standard of what you want it to be. Okay, and once you're done and you're happy with what you've got, then you can just click here at the top, deploy, and then it's actually deploying your website to Netlify. Again, as you can see, it just finished the deployment, and here is your URL to your Netlify project for your own account. You'll see here on the left hand side that the deployment process is done and your site has been successfully deployed. You can now view it at blah 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 blah. So if you click on that link, you'll see here is the website you just generated using Bolt. So it's perfect just the way you prompted it. Everything is happy-go-lucky. Then you just go back and you go to export and open in Stackblitz. Now once you're here, you'll see a screen exactly like this. you click on create a repository, just wait for it. Then Stackblaze is requesting to connect with GitHub. So if you don't have a GitHub account, you're gonna have to create one. But that's why at the start I just told you guys to straightly go ahead and just open an account using GitHub, because you're gonna use it straight throughout this flow. So once you're done, you're gonna see something like this. You're just gonna rename it. Let's just say ScaleFlow. Make this repository private. Create. Okay, and once you created your repository and went through the authorization process, you want to go back to bolt.new, and then where you previously created your website on bolt.new, you're going to click on this long link over here. It's going to send you to Netlify, to this page, and then you just click on claim apps. Now it's actually claiming your website that you just created with Bolt. If you don't have a Netlify account, you can just create one and go through the steps. You can just go to netlify.app/login, and then just create an account over here, and then just follow the process that I just did by clicking on this link, and then it's gonna go through. Okay, and once you've claimed your website on Netlify, you wanna go to deploy settings, link repository again, then you just link your GitHub account again and reauthorize Netlify with your GitHub. Okay, it's authorized, it's done and dusted. And then you're gonna see a screen like this, and you just click on all repositories, install, authorized. Okay, now it's done. And once you link your site with the GitHub repository, you just click on it. Then you're going to see a bunch of build settings. You can leave everything as is and click on deploy your website. Then basically you're going to see production deploy. So it just started deploying. You can click on that, and then you're going to see what actually happening in the backend, and it's going to have to go through the initializing, the building, the deploying, the cleanup, and the post-processing before it's done. So just wait until it's done, and then we can go to the next steps. Now, as you can see, everything is green and it's done. Now you can go to your local site wherever you can and buy a domain that you would like to use for this website specifically. There's a lot of spaces, there's a lot of places out there. You can use Squarespace or whatever you suggest. You can go out and use that, buy your domain, and then it's done. Once you bought your domain, you can come back to Netlify, go to domain management, add a domain you already own, and just put your domain in here, verify it, then it's done. Then you can then it's gonna go through the whole process and set up your actual domain with the website you just created on Bolt. That is how simple this is.